Hello everyone and welcome back to the world. So as you can see, we are not home right now. We are actually thousands of blocks away because I've been adventuring for quite some time. I've been trying to find snow specifically because I need to use a lot of white blocks, and sheep do not regrow their wool in 1.0. They do in 1.1, so I might update to 1.1 soon. It doesn't add a lot of things. 1.1 is it adds spawn eggs and regrowing wool, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's besides the point. So I've gone exploring for a long time, almost dying a couple times just to reach the snow biome. So I'm going to be harvesting some of the snow, and what my plan is to bring some of the snow home and try and create ice golems or snow golems. Now, I'm not sure if those exist in this version yet, so we'll have to check that out when we're home. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is create a little outpost so we can mark this place as our territory. Now, it's not going to be the most sophisticated outpost. It's going to be pretty simple, but yeah. So I basically just want to be farming a little bit of snow, maybe enough to fill my inventory with snow blocks. Now, there's a problem. I've only brought a singular iron shovel, but we can always come back here to the outpost if we ever need. And I'm thinking that for the future, we might build a highway going here. For some reason, in 1.0, snow biomes are super duper rare. I don't know why it's like that, but it is. So I think our main food source in this area will probably be cows. Yeah, I'm sorry. But we will most likely... this might be like sort of a second base of sorts, where we can, use the materials that we find here that we can't normally find at home. Because if you didn't know, there's a very limited amount of blocks in this version. So snow is actually quite rare, which is why I'm gathering it now. One thing I forgot to mention is that now in our hotbar, as you can see, we have a lot of diamond tools. I do have the clip. Oh shoot, I don't have the clip. I might have deleted the clip of me making the diamond pick, but yeah, basically I made a diamond pick last episode. This isn't my first diamond pick here. I think this is my second actually, because the first one got really close to breaking. But yeah, now we have diamond tools. Oh my gosh, I should have kept the clip, because I was cleaning out my storage, and I think I deleted the clip of me making my pickaxe, but I'll try and find it to see if it's still there. So before we head home with all our snow, I think we should first gather some food, because the journey home is long, like really long. So we're slowly advancing through the progression of Minecraft, and I think the next step will probably be enchanting, which I might tackle today, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, also guys, I just wanted to let you know that I'm probably gonna be using this world to like talk about a bunch of issues with modern Minecraft maybe, because my normal survival world is a lot more progressional than this one, so this one's more laid back. So I think I can upload a bunch of videos just like talking about the game and life in general, because I see a lot of people doing that, but in modern Minecraft settings. So I'd like to do that with this, because I'm trying to emulate how the old Minecraft Let's Play goes, and in those Let's Plays, they would just kind of talk about random things. So I guess I'm gonna do that maybe later on, if this series does well. All right, everyone. So I have quite a bit of snow blocks, some clay, all the supplies I'm gonna be bringing home. Of course, I have a little bit of stuff here, but nothing too much, I will be leaving some of this here because I do want to return. As you can see, I have a painting. So, oh yeah, I also tested out if snow golems were possible, and they are. So this is Gary, snow golem. He will be guarding this outpost, which is not really the most fancy outpost. As you can see, it's like really... Oh, wow. It's like really sort of old Minecraft architecture. So I will be, living here for a good time while I'm gathering snow whenever I need to. But yeah, that's how it looks like. So in the morning, I'm going to depart, and Gary will be taking over this place. and I will be returning home, and it's going to be a very perilous journey because it's like honestly really far away. So yeah, thank you, Gary. Please keep the house safe, and off we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So yeah, we're actually going to be going in the sea, which, oh my gosh. Which, if you didn't know, boats in this version are a lot slower. But yeah, I have cooked up some food for the journey. And I need to make it home before my armor breaks, because I will be enduring a lot of the nights just trying to get home. So yeah, I'll see you guys once I've returned. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little montage of me getting home. That was actually quite the long time. I think it took about 15 minutes to come home, which, come to think about it, isn't really that long of a time. But in Minecraft, it definitely is. So here we are on the next day on top of the castle tower. So oh yeah, I hope you guys also enjoyed entering, or sort of the silhouette of the castle as we came back from our journey. But I do have something else I want to show you, and I'll give you a little sneak peek in this window. Yeah, so I know I have been at work. I have been at work since last time. I'll show you guys what I've been working on. So I've spent about a week on this project, and I've added medieval houses in a town. So as you can see, I've extended the path, and I now have a bunch of houses here. Now I can't lie, I adore the look of these houses. Oh, what is that doing up there? I think this captures both the look of medieval buildings and, you know, Minecraft as a whole. I just think this looks really nice, and I might be glazing myself a little bit, but I really enjoy how these houses look. I used a little bit of texturing, but not too much, so it doesn't look too messy. But I've used, you know, pretty basic blocks here, and these aren't the most complicated houses. But I think the more you have next to each other, the better it looks. So yeah, this leads up to the castle and has a bunch of paths here. I think the street looks really nice, definitely very medieval. But I have not yet added, I haven't finished. As you can see, this house here isn't finished yet. This house here isn't finished. But I have been experimenting with different block palettes, because right now I only have access to pretty basic building materials, and even wool itself is hard to get. Now, I went through many designs of these houses at first, and I eventually ended up on something that I enjoyed. I'm trying to emulate sort of German half timber. I'm not sure what you call it in German, but I'm trying to emulate sort of the Tudor style of England and also the half timbering style of Germany, which I think I did like a decent job. Because in Germany, half timbering is more like this, where you see lots of lines intersecting, whilst the Tudor style is more like this, where you see a lot of vertical lines going down. And it's kind of hard to replicate that on this scale, but I think I did an okay job. And I can't lie, I really like the look of these houses. Now, most of these houses are pretty much the same design. You have a base and then the half timbering, just slightly different. Like here, the roof is cut off so it more closely resembles an actual medieval house, which I think honestly that this looks really good. I've gotten a lot of work done because I haven't been sort of recording all the process of this, but yeah, this looks really nice in my opinion. I also bone mealed the ground on both sides, so I would have a little bit more foliage. And some of these even have gardens behind, which I will be adding later on. But yeah, I'm very happy with my progress. As you can see, there's also my sugarcane farm over there. I also at first used glass panes, but then I didn't really like the look. I think it was because of how I'm not really used to the depth glass panes give in these older versions. And eventually it just bugged me too much to the point where I just switched to full glass blocks, which did mean I had to break a lot of glass panes, which is very painful. I do still plan on using glass panes, like of course up there on the towers I use glass panes, and on other houses in the future I will be using glass panes. But on these smaller houses, I do enjoy the use of glass blocks as I think it looks a little bit more nostalgic, which you could say is a bad reason for adding glass blocks, but I just think they look pretty good and pretty nostalgic, which is why I use them. Now, I do quite like the look of these houses, but I am planning on adding maybe flower pots below some of these windows. I'm not sure if it's going to look that good or if I should at all, but I think it's going to work out. So yeah, because I do need extra detailing on the walls, I think. I don't want to go too overboard and like oversaturate or over detail these houses because they are meant to be really basic, like especially this one right here. You can see how this house is meant to be basic because medieval citizens didn't exactly live in the best conditions. So I'm trying to emulate that here. I don't want to go like too crazy on this. So yeah, I did transport all the materials up into the castle tower. All the snow is there now. So I think what we should actually be doing is getting ready to start enchanting. Now I'm not at level 30 yet, but if you guys didn't know, I think enchanting starts at level 50 and I think it takes all your levels. So you see these diamond tools here, we are pretty much maxed out because enchanting wasn't really something that people would take all too seriously in these versions. Like sure, they were cool, but they aren't a requirement like they were in newer versions, which is kind of something I want to touch on today. So enchanting in newer versions is seen as mandatory and a big step in progression. When in the older days, I guess you could say, it was more seen as a bonus and not required. Mainly because of mending. Now that tools are infinitely renewable, you start to sort of min-max the game a lot more. Oh yeah, and I'm only collecting wood so I can get bookshelves for the enchanting table. So ever since mending was introduced in 1.9, enchanting has sort of been a requirement. Like it's a big step in progression because enchanted diamond versus diamond is a really big difference. Like, would you believe me if I told you that a full enchanted set of iron armor was equal to netherite? I know, right? That's like really crazy. In modern Minecraft, if you fully enchant your iron armor, you basically have netherite. Which I think isn't really good because, well, for one, enchanting is seen as a bigger step in progression than the material change. Like, for example, iron changing to diamond, diamond changing to netherite. I think changing tiers in armor and tools should be a bigger deal than in enchantments. I think it wasn't perfect. Like, I don't want to just be an old. Oh wow, look at that angle. Oh yeah, I also used kind of chimneys. Like, I used some brick to emulate sort of I guess a chimney look on these things because I wanted to. I didn't want the top of the village to just be brown, like brown wood. I wanted it to be, you know, sort of varied. So I added these chimneys to emulate that. But yeah, sorry for going off topic. So I wanted to. I don't think. Wait, where was I? Enchanting in newer versions are seen as a much bigger step than actually material upgrades or upgrading your sets, which I don't think is really all that good. I think the bonus you get from changing tier should be more than what you get from enchanting. Because if you guys didn't know, if you guys, the youth, the youngsters, don't know, a lot of, like in Minecraft's early days before its full release, which is what I'm playing now, there wasn't any enchanting. There was only material changes in armor. So getting diamond tools would be the max amount of progression you would get. That was maxing out in old Minecraft. But now that we have enchanting, and especially if you stack those enchants, which is encouraged by mending, you start to get a very big gap, which isn't the biggest problem with enchanting, in my opinion. The actual biggest problem is the fact that it's such an unfun system, or such a boring system, might I say. Like, have you ever gone through Minecraft's progression? You know, you go from stone to iron to diamond, no problem, or I guess copper now. To iron to diamond, no problem. You know, everything's all fun and good. And once you get into enchanting, the game just slows down. And it's not just the speed of enchanting, because you have to grind so much for enchantments. You gotta go through sugarcane, cows, and leather. Although in older versions, it's just sugarcane, as leather wasn't needed. But you would go through all that just to create an enchanting table. And once the process was finally done, you have all your 30 levels. Then you enchant, and then you get Bean of Arthropods, and then the cycle starts again. Which, I don't know, to me, that just seems like a really grindy system. And no shame to you, of course, if you enjoy it. But I just think overall, it would be more appealing to have a system where you can at least choose the enchantments. Because just getting something at random after you work so hard for it, especially in a tedious process, doesn't feel rewarding or fun, in my opinion. And I know some of you guys might say that this is for balancing because they don't want any issues with people getting too overpowered. But in my opinion, fun is more important than game balance, because it's a game. You're supposed to be having fun above all else. At least that's what I think games are for. And you know, the word game kind of has that connotation where you're supposed to have fun as the first priority. Which, I don't know, I think that's something lacking from almost like all versions of Minecraft. I think that enchanting is a really flawed system and is probably the biggest problem, like ever since it was added, because it hasn't been changed. So yeah, like ever since it's been added, there has not been a single change to enchanting, besides, I guess, lapis being added and enchanting being made easier. But besides that, the fundamental system of enchanting hasn't been changed, unlike other systems that have been refined, like villager and trading, combat, which is a topic for another video. But yeah, thank you for listening to my little rant about enchanting, because I've been wanting to talk about enchanting and progression as a whole. But yeah, that's not all I'll be saying on enchanting. I'm sure I have more things to say about it. That was sort of just like a sneak peek, I guess. So yeah. Where on earth is... Oh, there it is. So, now that I think we have a lot of wood, let's convert all of these into planks. And the crafting system is super janky. Like, you can't drag to equally distribute items on the crafting grid. You just have to right click to place one item at a time, which is so tedious. Okay, so yeah, I'll just grind out these bookshelves and I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so now I have my enchanting table and the bookshelves. And I think that is what we're going to use this floor for. I'm not sure how bookshelves exactly work in this version, if it's any different, but I guess we'll find out. I'm not sure how I should go about this. I think I'm gonna have to remove this pillar, honestly. Just to clear some space. Alright. If I put this here, I could have the bookshelves go like this. Oh, but it's gonna block this, isn't it? If I put it here, or if I put it here, bookshelves like this, that's gonna like look really awkward. Because then I'm gonna have to squeeze back the bookshelves here. I mean, I guess we don't really use this area anyway. I think that's gonna be like the only functionality for this place. So I think that's what we're gonna do. This would be the layout of the, no, sorry. This would be the layout of the bookshelves. Now that is gonna leave a pretty tight space, but I think until we have a dedicated library, this is the only real direction we can go. Okay, 4. How about there? 5. All right. Oh, okay. So it does work. I think I'm gonna start off just doing this. Now I'm not sure how high you can go. Oh, 9. Okay. 10, 14. So what? 19? What? What did I just see? Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 21. I see a 21, 20. It seems like an auction. All right, so I think you can go higher than this. So let's try this. Huh. I saw 29. Okay. Now my question is, can you go higher? Let's say 2 more. Now, don't worry about me spending my bookshelves. Most of these bookshelves are actually going to be used for decoration anyway, so I don't mind crafting a lot of them. 36? What? 34. Whoa, okay. 39. Okay. I think... Does that work? Does that increase it? So the highest we've seen so far is a 39. 38. Okay, I'm not sure if that's the max. I'm assuming since the maximum amount of levels you can spend is 50 here, because of what I've like seen so far, I think I can have up to 30 bookshelves. So the normal 15 has to be doubled. Now thankfully I do not have to farm for leather, as it only takes sorry, wait, what? It only takes 1 material to craft bookshelves, which is paper. Oh no, sorry. 1 material to craft books, which is paper, so I don't have to farm cows. So all I need to worry about is sugarcane, which is the easier of the two to farm. So yeah, I think the first thing we're gonna enchant, oh yeah, and it doesn't need lapis, just needs levels. So I think the first thing we're gonna enchant is definitely this pickaxe. And you can see we have 26 levels here, 26 here, so let's see what we get. Okay, unbreaking 3, efficiency 3, fortune 1, that's not bad. But as you can see, all our levels have been taken away. We do not have the usual, you know, get to 30 and then spend 3 system that we have in modern. So yeah, I'm glad we finally have a use for this floor, even though it's a little bit cramped. Ow, okay. So yeah, I guess that's it for now. I think what I'll do next probably is build a little castle tower there. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys like the medieval village that I built over here. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are and whenever you are. I'll see you guys in the next one.